Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of Sport Rush on this beautiful day. Let me begin from the world of transfer this morning. Then I'll take you to the fixtures for the weekend. The weekend is so interesting, beginning from the major matches that will be played all over the world. But then we will be concentrating on the EPL today. My name is MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10. Let me quickly take you through the world of transfers. I begin with Manchester City as they have joined the race for Super Eagle and Atlanta forward, talking about Ademola Lookman, of course, following report that the Nigerian has prioritized a move to another club this summer. Well, you know how fantastic Lookman has been, and the former Everton player's future took a quick turn after French giant Paris Saint-Germain made inquiries about his availability on Sunday. You remember that PSG are needing a replacement for Kylian Mbappe, of course, and they are still in the market searching. Osimhen, we don't know if he's going to end up in PSG yet, but as a matter of fact, Chelsea is still making moves to get him now. Lookman is on the radar, moving away from there. Everton have resigned a goalkeeper Asme Begovic on a one-year contract. Begovic previously played for Everton between 2021 and 2023, making 10 appearances in all competitions. In that game, in those games, he was really fantastic. Moving away from there, Leicester City are close to signing Crystal Palace forward, talking about Jordan Ayew for an initial £5 million. Of course, Ayew will join Oliver Skip as a new signing at the King Power Stadium with a midfielder arriving from Tottenham for £20 million on Monday. Let's see how that is going to happen. I'll bring you all the details from here. Let's look a little bit at what is happening to the Blues boss, talking about Maresca, who has been the subject of scrutiny following his side's 2-0 defeat by Manchester City last weekend. And former Manchester United icon Sheringham reckons Maresca must get some good results under his belt quickly. That has to be done, as a matter of fact, very quick. He doesn't need to waste much time before he does that, according to the professional who is actually looking at the issue. If it's either he makes it happen or he could spell a disaster, a doom for him. I'm talking about Maresca right here. All right, let me move away from Chelsea and go to other things happening from other parts of the world of sport. Let me talk about Paris Saint-Germain's coach, talking about Luis Enrique, who has insisted on Thursday that he's delighted with his current squad as he played down on the possibility of more new signings arriving before the transfer window closes next week. Next week, in case you don't know, I want you to know that the transfer window will be closing and everything will be shut. The door is going to be shut and there will be no more transfer. And that's the reason you can see a lot of people rushing. And that's why a lot of people are scared for our own brother, talking about Osimhen. But then let's see how the transfer window is going to end. Is it going to end in your favor? Is your club actually getting the players that they need? Moving away from there, La Liga heavyweight, talking about Barcelona, reportedly willing to sell Andrew Christensen, of course, for €25 million amid his link with Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and of course Newcastle United. This is somebody that a lot of people are actually going for. Well, if you're good, you're good. Let's see how that is going to end at the end of the day. But then Barcelona really need this player. But then would they be able to get Andreas Christensen? Well, Andreas is a fantastic player, but then let's see if it is Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur or Newcastle that will get him at the end of the day. Well, let's go on a quick break. After this break, I'll return back and I'll bring you to the fixtures that we have for the weekend. The weekend, like I said, is very sweet, and of course I'm trying to keep everything very sweet, simple, and of course interesting. As a matter of fact, I'll return after this break to bring you to speed with other things happening from the world of sport. Don't go anywhere.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It is still Sport Rush live on your screen with MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10. Let me begin with the Premier League. That's where I'm getting started from, and that's going to be tomorrow. The matches that will be played tomorrow, the 24th day of August 2024. The first game is 12:30 and it's between Manchester United and Britain. That match is a game to actually watch out for. Well, I don't know, but that match, a lot of people are looking forward to that match. As it is, that match is going to be a very, very interesting one. But then, I don't know, but I think the lineup is something that a lot of people will really want to look at. But we're not looking at the lineup today. But then, if you want us to look at the lineup, you should be sure that the likes of Foden, De Bruyne, of course, Haaland is going to be in front playing number 9 as usual. Then, of course, Kovacic is going to be in that game. Diaz is going to be in that game. And, of course, Edison is actually going to be there. And a lot of other players for Manchester City. Then, if you want to look at it very well, you should know that so many things will be happening from that game tomorrow. But then, let's just forget about that and look at the fixtures for the games that will be going down at 3 p.m. tomorrow from the Premier League. And I'm beginning from Crystal Palace and, of course, West Ham United. Same time, 3 p.m. Fulham will take on Leicester City, and Ipswich will be traveling to play with Manchester City, and that game is going to be 3 p.m. too. Then Southampton will be hosting Forest, and that game is also 3 p.m. A lot of matches are going down at 3 p.m. So it's going to be dependent on the preference. Which one do you really want? Everton will be traveling, and they will be playing with Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will be playing at home, of course. Aston Villa will be hosting Arsenal tomorrow. Aston Villa and Arsenal. These are games to look out for. Then you talk about Tottenham Hotspur. You talk about Everton too. These are games to look out for. And one of the outstanding games for tomorrow is that one between Aston Villa and Arsenal. And that match is not going to be 3 p.m., but it's going to be 5:30 in the evening. The time is being separated. You know how it happens in Premier League. The hit matches are being separated from the other matches. I'm not saying the other matches are not competitive. They are. But then if you see a match being separated like that, you should know that it's going to be a very big game. Then on the 25th, other matches will be played too. And that is when we're going to be having Bournemouth and Newcastle United. That match is going to be 2 p.m. on Sunday. You know, Chelsea have been very, very disappointed. They've been disappointing, and they felt so disappointed, especially the fans after their game last week. Let's see how this week is going to be going down, as Wolves will be hosting Chelsea tomorrow. 2 p.m. is the time. Then Brentford will be playing with Liverpool. That match is going to be a different match. It's not going to be 2 p.m., but that match is going to be 4:30 p.m. Tomorrow. And that's how it's really going to go. Those are the matches from the Premier League tomorrow. Let's move away from there and go to other things happening from other games that will be played tomorrow. But then, before we look at it, I don't think it is very, very important to look at the standing now, because a lot of the games that will be played tomorrow are very, very fantastic games. Then, of course, you should know also that other games have been played before. The latest result is what you know already. Leicester City and Tottenham, their last game was 1-1. So I'm just looking forward to how it's going to go for Tottenham Hotspur this weekend, of course. And you know what happened to Chelsea, as they lost 2-1 to Manchester City last week. This week, they are going to be playing another game again. Will they come back, or they won't be able to come back? Liverpool, of course, they will not want to take a no for an answer, even though they won their last game against Ipswich. But then let's see how it's going to happen this time. Remember that Arsenal actually defeated Wolves last week in their opening game. But this week, the game they are playing this week is going to be very, very competitive. Let's see how that is going to go. And of course, Manchester City and Ipswich game tomorrow. I think that game automatically, I'm giving it to Manchester City, of course. But then this is a game you don't need to take any club for granted at all, because it's a match that a lot of people will be looking forward to. And as a matter of fact, this is where we're going to be calling it a wrap right here, because I told you I was only going to give you fixtures from the Premier League, and that's exactly what I did on the show today. Do you want to know what is happening from other leagues around the world, or you want to know more from the world of transfer, or you want to know more about standings? Just keep tab on Oweleketv, keep watching, and of course we will bring you more details when it is time. But then you need to know that so many things are happening from the world of sport, and of course you may not get all the details now, but you will get all the details maybe much later. Okay, this is from the Premier League. From the Premier League, you know that we have other leagues matches, other league matches are still going down today. But then I started with the one coming from the Premier League. But apart from the Premier League, you should also know that other games will be going down tomorrow too, not just the Premier League alone. But then I actually decided to bring you the Premier League because it's one of the most competitive leagues around the world. But don't forget that Borussia Gladbach will be taking on Leverkusen tomorrow, and that game is going to be a very competitive game. That game is going to be 7:30, and that's tomorrow from the Bundesliga. And then also from the league game that will be going down tomorrow, PSG will be playing with Montpellier tomorrow, and it's also going to be 7:45. PSG, a lot of people are looking out for PSG games because of Kylian Mbappe. Well, some person said in the last game that no, not Kylian Mbappe. I'm not talking about Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe left PSG for Real Madrid already. I mean, the feeling of his absence when PSG plays, that is what I am actually talking about. The vacuum that may have been created in PSG is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about him playing in PSG, because right now he's playing in his boyhood dream team, which is Real Madrid. So PSG will be playing their game tomorrow against Montpellier, and that game is a game to actually watch out for. And don't forget that Celta Vigo will be taking on Valencia at 6 p.m. tomorrow. That is from the La Liga. And of course, Sevilla will be taking on Villarreal. That's going to be 8:30 tomorrow. This is going to be the size of Sport Rush for today, and these are the fixtures for the weekend. Go watch the game, enjoy yourself, have fun. My name is MC Ramsey with Jesse number 10. I'll return, and that's going to be on Monday for the result and of course actions and entertainment, disappointment, the intrigues from the matches that will be played over the weekend. Bye bye for now.